Melanie, and welcome to Living Luxuriously for Less, where we celebrate, decorate, and enjoy everyday life for less. Well, in today's video, we are going to do kind of a throwback video, meaning that I'm going to be sharing with you a baby shower that has been around since forever, like a baby shower theme, and that is the Winnie the Pooh. And so I love doing baby showers like this. I love, kind of doing a blast from the past and doing a modern take on it. So I hope you guys enjoy today's video as I share with you how I transformed this beautiful local venue into the 100-acre forest with a little elegance and class and maybe sophistication. So without any further ado, let's get started.
So here's what the venue looked like before. One of the benefits of this venue is that it includes table linens and chairs and also the draping, which is something that I thought was a great deal. Although we did not use their linen, we did use the chairs and the draping. And here is what the space looked like after. Now, what you don't want to do is leave the video now, because I promise you, it is going to be jam-packed with tips and tricks that you need when you're planning your next wedding or an event in a small venue. Let's get started. So for the first thing, you want to sit down and you want to create a plan of everything that you need inside of this venue. You need a gift table. You need a guest table. You need the guest of honor table. You need food tables. You need and welcome table. These are all lists of things that you need to be jotting down so that when you're designing your space, you have something for it. So we did the welcome sign right here. It is inside of the venue, but when it got closer to the event, we placed it on the outside. And then directly across from that, I used my columns in order to be the holders for the guest book, etc. Now let's dive into that just a little bit more. My client was a semi-DIY client, which I absolutely love, and she wanted to do like the raffles, the diaper raffle, and it was another a guest book, and there were other things that she had DIY'd that she wanted to be included. And so I was like, you know what is perfect for that is this Winnie the Pooh P that I had from goodness knows when. And so here is the diaper raffle drop-off ticket. And we had the cute little cards there along with this cute little jar. And then on the other side was the photo guest book, and it had the camera, the guest book, and the sign. Now, granted, there was not enough space for me to put a whole nother 6-foot or 4-foot table inside of the room to be able to accompany that. So I used my columns, my dessert columns. And this is why I love those sort of things, because you're able to use them so many different times and so many different ways. And you're not limited. You are not limited in, what you can bring into the room. And so by adding those there, it gave more space for the guests to be able to move around freely. I used the draping that was already included, and I just did a really nice backdrop. Now you see how beautifully the linens flowed in the room. It was so beautiful. We went to with the blue and yellow color palette, but I also brought in that sage green because we were using a greenery rug, and there were also hints of green in the florals as well as in the backdrop. So I wanted to be sure to include that sage green color as well.
Let's get it on to your favorite song. The night is young and you got me going on every single beat. Hits my heart so deep. Wanna wrap my arms around you, cause you sweep me off my feet. Girl, you know that there ain't nobody moving like you. You know you got me.
I wanted to infuse the Winnie the Pooh theme throughout the entire event, even in little subtle areas such as the chargers. I found these honeycomb chargers. I was so super excited about it. And then also inside of the florals, I was sure to include some honeycomb picks, and the florals were yellow and blue and white, and it turned out absolutely beautiful. The table number, I wanted to keep it woodsy, and so it meshed with the entire theme. And then I DIY'd the actual vase and with the word honey to mimic the honey jar that Winnie the Pooh had, being sure to keep the end backwards, just like Winnie the Pooh did it. And so there were so many small details that I was able to incorporate into this entire design that you just had to stick around and like literally soak it all in order to see the details. And so you can see the honey on the honey jar, you can see the honeycomb plates, and then you can also see the honeycomb dots in the table numbers that was also wood to symbolize the woods where they were. And so I just love the way that this turned out. Because it was a baby boy, I opted not to use my bling napkin rings as I always love to use, but because it was a baby boy, I thought it was more appropriate to use the knots, and I absolutely love the way that this turned out. Beautiful. The yellow flowers, the butterflies, all of those were just little nods and hints to all of the things that you see in classic Winnie the Pooh. Now, speaking of classic Winnie the Pooh, I wanted to include him as well. So this was the buffet area where all the food was housed, and I also included him in various tables throughout the venue to give it that kiddie feel. I also found these cute little signs at the Dollar Tree that said "Let It Be," and I thought these would be perfect on the already existing wall decor inside of the venue. And then I also utilized the shelf that they had in there for the favors, because again, we were out of table room. And so I'm showing you guys ways that you can be creative to utilize things that are already existing in the venue so that you could just bring the theme or the decor and tie it all together, no matter what decor elements or what decor pieces are already in place inside of the venue. Now, as it related to the backdrop, I wanted the backdrop to be over the top. This is where I did my investment in terms of the balloons. They were done by Trey. He did an exceptional job. I had a graphic designer to design my backdrop, and then I had them printed at a printer called 1023 Designs. And so I absolutely love both of their works, and I love the way that it brought this thing to life. It was almost like a storybook, you know, like opening up a storybook. That's what this backdrop felt like, and I absolutely love the way that it turned out. Of course, I could not do desserts without my girl, and so I absolutely love the way that the desserts turned out. They are so gorgeous, and I also had the honeycomb on the columns as well, and oh my goodness, it was just so beautiful and so luxurious, but it still stayed true to a baby shower. If you all are interested in becoming an event planner, event designer, or an event decorator, definitely check me out at luxacademy.com. I will leave all of the information down below, and stay tuned to the end of this video as I have a brief summary of Lux Academy and what you can expect. So I will see you guys at the next video. If you like this type of content, be sure to hit that subscribe button and comment down below. I'll see you guys. Bye. Are you passionate about event design and decor? Or do you find yourself dreaming of turning your passion into a profitable business? Well, if so, look no further than Lux Academy. Our online, self-paced, and in-person courses will provide you with all the tools, resources, and guidance that you need to establish a successful business in the wedding and event planning industry. From contracts and pricing to financing and branding, we have got you covered. With our Lux lectures, our labs, and our legacies, you'll gain the knowledge and the insight you will need to create beautiful backdrops, stunning centerpieces, and you will also learn how to negotiate and host client consultations. Join us at Lux Academy and turn your passion into profit by enrolling today. Payment plans are available. We also have free classes that are offered, so be sure to check us out at luxacademy.online.